I think I figured out the entire plot for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie and how it heavily connects to the big overarching narrative that Star Wars is planning to tell for the next couple of years with Grand Admiral Thrawn. But before we get into that, I have one big announcement that every Star Wars fan should know. Now, if you are a true Star Wars fan, then you know that you can become Mandalorian yourself, and I'm talking about the Mandalorian and Lego helmet set. Now, this thing is seriously awesome. If you haven't bought it yet, I do not know what you're doing. You can build Din Djarin's helmet piece by piece, and it will look incredible on your display. You can put it in the kitchen, you can put it in the bathroom, you can put it anywhere, and it will look amazing. I've dropped an Amazon link right below this video. It's an affiliate link, so if you want to pick something up, it helps supports the channel where you can get one of the coolest Star Wars collectibles out there. Now, we know from season 3 that happened years ago that two things are being set up. Now, Mandalore was reclaimed and Bo-Katan took her rightful place as leader of the United People. However, Mando chose a different path. He went to the New Republic to choose freelance work, and he did officially adopt Grogu as Din Grogu, which is really awesome. Now, we also know that in this, that he is going to be going and hunting Imperial remnant warlords for the New Republic. This isn't just a handshake agreement, it's a very new specific mission for our guy. Meanwhile, on the far side of the galaxy, the events of Ahsoka set the stage for the galactic nightmare. Grand Admiral Thrawn is back and he's bringing the promise of a reborn empire with him. He's not just another warlord, he is literally the heir to the empire, the one strategic genius who could actually topple the fragile New Republic. So we have two completely separate threats, a massive shadowy threat returning from exile and a lone bounty hunter taking on gig work for the good guys. The movie has to answer one central question: how in the world do these two stories connect? It seems the movie won't just throw Mando at Thrawn, instead it will use Din's very specific new job as the engine that pulls him and us deeper into the war that's about to erupt. His contract work is the inciting incident. He thinks he's just cleaning up Imperial trash, but he's actually pulling on a thread that could unravel Thrawn's entire secret operation. The plot of this film, I believe, is the story of him slowly realizing his small-time missions are actually critical battles in a much larger undeclared war. But what gets really interesting is the new official casting reports to the most credible leaks. Now first, the new faces, we got confirmed reports that the legendary Sigourney Weaver is joining the cast. Leaks and comments from the creative team suggest she's playing a character named Colonel Ward, a veteran rebel pilot who leads the New Republic's Aldefi Rangers. This isn't just a cool addition, she's almost certainly Din Djarin's new boss. She'll be pointing him at the target and saying, "Go get him." But who's the target? Reports have confirmed that the actor Johnny Coyne will be playing a key Imperial warlord, reprising his role from the Shadow Council we saw in The Mandalorian Season 3. Remember them? The secret club of Imperial leaders, including Moff Gideon and Brando Hooks. It seems almost certainly that the movie will kick off with Colonel Ward giving Din his first high-value target, one of the last known members of this council, and off he and Grogu will go. But here's what gets really interesting. One of the most surprising casting reports is that Jeremy Allen White will be voicing Rada the Hutt. Yeah, Jabba the Hutt's son. Why bring back Rada of all characters? Because this isn't just about an Imperial story, it's a story about logistics. Thrawn can't find a war without ships, weapons, or fuel. The fractured Imperial remnant doesn't have too many resources anymore to build his war machine in secret. He'll have to turn to the criminal underworld. My theory is that Din, while hunting the Imperial warlord, will stumble upon a secret alliance between the Imperial faction and the Hunt cartels. Rada isn't a weird cameo, he's the key to the entire supply chain that's arming Thrawn's forces. And what even is really interesting, the crucial piece of the evidence is that the return of Zeb will be in this film. Now, we saw a moment of him in Mandalorian Season 3 in a New Republic bar, but leaked footage descriptions place him right in the middle of the movie's action. Zeb isn't just any old Republic, he's a core member of the Ghost's crew, the people with the most personal history with Thrawn. He serves under Hera Syndulla, who's actively hunting the Grand Admiral. Zeb's role in this film won't be fan service. I'm betting he's there because he has the exact same mission as Din, just coming in it from a different angle. This is how it will go. The film will open up with Din Djarin and his apprentice Grogu settling into their new life. Din takes a mission from his new boss, Colonel Ward, to hunt down a high-profile Imperial warlord. It seems like a standard bounty, but this warlord is far more slippery and better equipped than anyone expected. Early on, we'll probably get some awesome action sequences like the AT-AT assault on the snowy planet that was described in leaked footage, showing off how Din and Grogu now work on a seamless team. Their investigation will reveal that this warlord isn't just hiding, he's actively building something. This trail will likely lead them deeper into the Outer Rim and into Hutt space, where they'll encounter a now adult and likely formidable Rada the Hutt. This is where they'll uncover the truth. The warlord has snuck a deal with the Hutt Syndicate to create a massive secret supply line, funneling ships, weapons for a major rearmament. It's during this investigation that they'll cross paths with Zebes, who's also tracking their illegal arms trade for General Hera. They'll quickly realize that they're hunting the same prey. This, I believe, forms the core of the film, a relentless team-up between the lone wolf Mandalorian and the seasonal New Republic soldier. They'll have to combine Din's boots-on-the-ground tactics with Zeb's military intel to follow the supply chain back into its source. The climax of the movie won't be a direct fight with Thrawn himself. They're saving that for Dave Filoni's big crossover event film, Heir to the Empire. The climax of this movie will be Din, Grogu, and Zeb leading a strike on an Imperial warlord's hidden fortress or command ship. They'll succeed in taking down the warlord and, most importantly, shattering his supply line, dealing a huge blow to the Imperial remnant's plans. In the final moments, they'll capture the warlord's data banks or intercept a desperate last-minute transmission meant for his true master, and on that screen they'll see the calm, collective face of Grand Admiral Thrawn. The film will end with the chilling realization for Din that his simple contract work has been thrown onto the front lines of a real war. He now has a face to the threat, a personal stake in the fight, and a reason to join forces with Ahsoka, Hera, and the rest of the Ghost crew. It perfectly explains how and why Din Djarin and Grogu will be there for Dave Filoni's climactic crossover movie. They're not bystanders anymore, they are essential heroes who have actively messed up Thrawn's plans. The film is the missing link, the connective tissue that turns the branch of separate shows into one cohesive saga. It's the story that finally gets all our heroes on the same page, just in time for the final game to begin. But what do you think? Does this sound like most likely the plot for the movie? And which warlord from the Shadow Council do you think will be the main target? Let me know your theories down in the comments below, and as always, if you want more deep dives and breakdowns for the future of Star Wars, make sure to subscribe for the channel. Thanks for watching.